Hello, my name is Annie Abigail Tribuana from Christians University of Indonesia, Faculty of Social Political Science, Communication Science. Today, I want to talk about work and achievement of millennial generation in the pandemic era. According to the facts, the behavior of the millennial generation cannot be separated from the internet. The technology makes the internet generation rely on social media as a place to get an information. There is 80 million millennials was born in 1976 to 2001. Most of the million divert attention from various devices like PC, smartphone, tablets, and television 27 times an hour. From that explanation, we can conclude some of the characteristics of the millennial generation. Millennial generation will tend to have an attachment to the internet, so that will spend most of their time with the internet. However, with a lot of access to the internet, the millennial generation tends to be more critical of the social phenomenon. Then, with this pandemic, will the millennial generation be affected? Yes, of course, because this pandemic has raised concern throughout society, including the millennial generation. However, the millennial generation will tend to adapt more easily to the existing pandemic situation. The millennials are more likely to meet new problems or issues from their experience from using the internet and social media. And this can stimulate them to more easily adapt to the problems and circumstances. During this pandemic, we can see that the male generation really maximize the use of internet and social media. By maximizing the use of internet and social media, we can see that the male generation is like setting new standard for success because this during period of time the millennial generation really takes advantage to the opportunity to explore a lot of things, find a new experience and focus more on self-development. During this pandemic there was many institution or agency that provide several kinds of program that can be explored by the millennial generation through the internet and social media. For example, free online courses or even free webinar. I will give you some example about how millennials still can do some work and have an achievement even during this pandemic era based on my experience. Me, of course, as one of the millennial generation, also take this opportunity to explore a lot of things, find a lot of experience, and more focus on self-development. At the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, I feel like I didn't know what to do because of the limited space. Yes, of course, to prevent the spread of COVID 19. But as the time goes by, I tried to adapt to the situation and decided I have to be productive even with this limited space. So I decided I tried a lot of things. The first thing I tried to do was try to able to make a podcast. The choice to do the podcast was that I want to able to share my opinions, my experience, because for me, every opinion, every experience might be a lesson or even an answer for someone else's problem. I also trying to develop my skills like a public speaking. At that time, I was given the opportunity to develop my skill by becoming an MC, moderator, even a speaker for a webinar. Even though I got the opportunity to be a speaker for a webinar, I feel not sure because I feel I did not have so much knowledge to share. But in the end, I decided to take that opportunity to learn from my mistake. Mistake can be a best teacher for dealing with situation in the future. I've also joined a community and organization that can make me more responsible and committed. By joining an organization, I learned to be able to work with team and learn to be more disciplined, especially disciplines towards time. I hope from the experience that I share can show you that the millennial generation can continue to work, develop, and achieve success in various fields, even though there's a pandemic that seems trying to stop us. So, for this video, I would like to tell you guys all of my million generation friends to continue to strive, to develop, and to work and to achieve your dream, even though there is someone, there is something that seems trying to stop you. Just keep go on. So, that's all for me. Thank you for your attention.